All right, so we're in the final stretch of advisories in preparing for pre-registration and your student-led conferences next week. So the first thing I want to make sure you remember to do is that your parent or guardian sign up through Skyward Family Access for a conference time next week. It's a great time to share what you have done and show where you think you want to go. All right, so we're first going to start with this student checklist, and we're going to go line by line of what you're going to need for your portfolio. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is your educational goals, and that is something that can be found in your career planner. And this should look familiar. This is the dashboard with all the information. So most of the information that we're going to go through, this top part of your checklist right through here, is going to be found there. Okay, so educational goals is right here. So you should have 4 goals, one for each spot. If you don't, you're going to need to create those. You just click on the link and it'll take you to the form to fill that out. You're going to need to have 1 or more career and programs of interest listed. And that can be found right here under careers, career clusters, and programs. You're going to want to have things here. You want to have this full. So the best way to do that is to go to research careers, and here you can search for careers or clusters and all kinds of things. Okay, and then that will populate this portion, and then you can have that to talk about during your conference. We're going to ask you to share your credit status with your parents or guardian. You should have a transcript and credit check sheet with all your credits marked down. If you're a sophomore or a junior, then you received a paper that has class recommendations for next year. And those are all great tools to talk to your parents or guardian about what you've done, where you want to go, and if you're struggling with something. Personalized pathway. What do you want to do after high school? Okay, and that's in the 4-year planner module, visible under post-secondary planning tab, and it asks you to do a career, military, 2-year college, or 4-year college. And we're going to want you to discuss your career planner interest inventory results, and that can be found right here. So you're going to want to have these at 100% to show that you have taken them and that this has hopefully driven the careers and the programs that you think you might be interested in. And then you're going to need to have your best work sample. And that is just something that you're proud of, that you feel like you've done well on. It may not be the highest grades you've ever had, but something that you just feel like you want to share. And then you're going to need to have 20 or work towards your 20 hours of community service, and just discuss your plan to complete this requirement if it's not already done. The last part of your conferences is going to be about pre-registering for next year. This is super important to get your requests so that we know what classes need to be offered. So you will have your pre-registration form given to you by your advisor, and together you will determine that you have 6 credits requested and put into Skyward, and you can all look at that and make sure it's there. We're going to ask the parent or guardian to sign off that they have reviewed those requests. And then finally, that pre-registration form is going to be returned to your advisor, who's going to then give it to us in the counseling center so that we have a record of what you want. Okay. Now, how do you take all this information and how do you present it? So let me show you a couple of really good resources. So if you go to the Timberline High School webpage and you go to Academics, High School and Beyond Plan, scroll all the way to the bottom, you will find slide deck templates that are there for each grade level so that you can just plug and play your information and get it in there so that you can present it to your adult. Okay, so let's click on 11th grade. It's going to ask you to make a copy, so you're going to do that. And the slide deck comes up. and it'll have, just like I said, the plug and play. You put your name up in here, and then you go through the slides, and you just supply the information that should be on that slide. So who am I? You can talk about who you are. And then my goals, again, this will be something that you can pull from Career Planner. Your best works, working towards your future. Okay, so this is just a really nice plug and play. So you can always come back to this web page if you can't find it in your Google Drive, if you're like me. And if for some reason you can't find the student checklist, there are also Google Docs right here with those checklists so that you can use those to guide you. All right, make sure you have that conference all scheduled and signed up, and you will have 2 days this week to work on it, today and Thursday, March 23rd. Have a good rest of the week.